Thanks for tuning into GH Talk and happy Monday. Yes, the weekend is over. Before this week's GH begins, I do want to discuss the best of General Hospital from last week, starting with Shilohs Arrest. After having to endure watching Sam set up her own sexual assault, Sonny and Jason finally did turn over the evidence to Margot. It seemed like she really was still reluctant, but when Sonny pulled out that pledge of hers, oh yeah, she was ready to press those charges. Michael, Sam, and Jason did toast to the news. However, it was Willow and Chase's reactions that were really great.
Yes!
As we all know, Shiloh is not going to go down without a fight as he continues to take full advantage of one of his most faithful followers, Harmony. Which brings me to the baby switch story that began with Nell and Brad. Harmony continued to work on Willow and now she's convinced that the baby is alive. Shiloh and her do not know the sex of the baby, where the baby is, but they're probably going to continue trying to work the truth out of that girl. It's taken more than a year for this story to return back to the central focus of the show, and I'm extremely happy that the show took their time getting to this point because it gave me an opportunity to care about Willow and become invested in her character and in her feelings. With that connection established, when Willow finds out that Wiley is really Michael's son Jonah, I'm going to emotionally collapse within myself. The actress who plays Willow, who is one of the newest additions to the cast, is doing a terrific job. The baby switch story, it does indeed have me hooked, and I am just so curious to find out how this all is going to come to light. Julian, who's also involved in the baby switch but doesn't know the most vital piece of information, also had some great scenes last week. He teamed up with Sam, who helped him to get rid of certain documents within Wiley's adoption, and Sam even gave her dad props. He then went to Willow to instruct her to get rid of the papers that Diane has, but not before giving Alexis a piece of his mind.
You know what? You're not even in a position to give advice right now. You know that if Christina knew that she could come to you for help, she never would have fallen down that DOD rabbit hole in the first place.
Babies aren't the only things being switched in Port Charles. Many of us GH fans were correct in assuming that Kevin switched places with Ryan in order to secure a kidney for Jordan. While many of us was hoping that Jordan would die, the PC residents just didn't want to let her go. Laura, Liz, and Franco are involved, and I do wonder if Finn knows about this at all. Also, if Curtis knows, because he was acting very nervous when Jordan was asking questions. I'm good with them taking the story in this direction. However, I hope that they do make this more of a hospital story. I would like to see some of the day playing nurses get involved in this. Maybe they hear about what happened, or maybe one of them was in the operating room or they saw something. I think that this would be a fun story for the hospital to get involved with, but we'll just have to see. Lastly, I want to talk about the Ava for Crimson campaign. Nina and Sasha were dead set against the idea of having Miss Jerome grace the cover of their magazine. Nina claimed to hate Ava more than God hates sin. Well, bitch, I'ma need you to stop sinning against Willow, okay? And you got nerve to talk about Ava. However, Maxie was able to spin her pitch for Ava as a way of it being her undoing. Ava hasn't accepted the offer yet because she was ambushed at Charlie's at the end of Friday's episode, but still my fingers and toes are crossed that she will do it. I want Queen Ava to slay that cover and story. Those moments were the best of General Hospital last week for me. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you agree with my choices or if you have a story that has your undivided attention that I have not mentioned. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, GHers, take care.